What's up, family and friends? Chris here. So here's an update on the tanks. I did a 50-gallon water change on this 75-gallon hybrid rose queen, 75-gallon. Took the mode off of the maxi jet and put the air stone to it, so lots of bubbles and air through the tank. So the hybrid rose queen, all the fish has been eating seaweed for 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks. So last 2 days I've been feeding spectrums. They're getting back on the food. Phosphates and nitrates were through the roof, I bet, from the seaweed, but gravel vac all that 50 gallons. I'm not too worried about agitation. Got 2 air stones there, a large one and a small one. Gotta clean my Aquariums, they're pretty dirty, just the mechanical. Aqua Clear 110 is clean, pads at the bottom and keeps the biological media clean when it filters. It's been about a month and a half since I did the water change, but definitely that 50 gallons made a dent in nitrates and phosphates. Keep my air pumps on top of the aquarium so I don't need drip loop. And then for lighting I have a Coral Life 2 light fixture. So this is a 20 tall. All the tanks have this setup with the maxi jet mode with an air stone in it. But I took this zebra cichlid out of the other tank because it was beat up. It'd probably be dead by now, but it's recovered quite well. I have an Emperor 400 with koi pad and mechanical pad. It's got some marine pure squares and some matrix sponge filter for extra biological. I added some coral substrate to the buffer to buffer the pH, but I added just substrate from other tanks just to cycle the aquarium. So here's another 20 tall next to the other one. This is my zebra yellow lab cichlids, African cichlids. I added, it had the big wrecking ball air stone, which is dangerous because it could break the tank, but good air stone. This is a 100-gallon air pump, and that's how much air. It's a maxi jet. Put an intake so the fish don't get sucked in. I changed the pump on the Aquarium because the other one was old from Freddy's. I just salvaged it and put that one on that one, and added an Aqua Clear 110 intake. The same setup with the sponge course, so it lets water move through it. You got some sponge filters in there, some matrix, some marine pure squares and spheres. These fish have been struggling because they've been only eating seaweed for a month, but now they're on spectrum. I just fed them. I figure I just feed them, then I'll do the update. But it's been a while since I've done a fish video, so I figure I get it done real quick. Just a quick glimpse. Here's the 55-gallon with the 3 Synodontis, 2 red devil paired fish, and that's about it, I think. Yep. Air stones are at the bottom because they really don't dig, so I don't have to worry about the sucking substrate up in the impeller, but those impellers haven't even been broken in. But good aeration on that side, good aeration on this side. Fish are doing good. They like the seaweed, but just fed them medium pellet, extra large pellet, and tiny pellet or small pellet, and then medium pellet. They're all spectrum float, so it floats, but sometimes the current blows it down a little bit and it comes back up. Did a 50-gallon water change, gravel vac on the substrate. Did a good gravel vac. All the aquariums, nitrate and phosphate were high, I guarantee. But I did with these air stones and these air stones and that air stone, it does break up a lot of that kind of stuff. But Synodontises are doing good. They're very hardy. They love fresh water. That's true, I guess. But everybody doing good. Just have a Aqua Clear 110 filled full with marine pure, and a coarse and fine pad at the bottom. This filter is dirty, just the padding is, so we gotta change that out when I get a chance. All the aquariums have the air pumps on top of them, and that seems to work well. For lighting is just a 48-inch fluorescent bulb. I think it's 8,000 K. Alright, so the plan with this tank, Freddy's old tank, hybrid Rose Queen large tank, I'm going to merge that 55 substrate and this substrate and get a 75 and merge it. Should look nice. I just put a spare pump on here to pump some oxygen to keep the bacteria alive. I'll get there in a second. But this substrate's been, I don't know, 8 years or 7 years that it's been going. So full of bacteria. So the African cichlids are doing good. The zebra Kenya zebra cichlids, African. Got the air stone with the air pump, or the pump. I added a sponge filter intake or tube to pump lots of bubbles through the aquarium, and then an air stone, and then that same thing there, and then another one over here. It's got two Aquariums 5575 quiet flows. And it won't fit. I had to install the filters before I set the aquarium up. I don't know if it'll fit an Aqua Clear 110 though. We'll have to see. But it'll be a 75, and I'll probably get an order of fish or something and restock. But until then, the stock levels will be the same. Fed the fish seaweed 3 weeks to a month, nori, and it was good. And then for 2 days now, I've been feeding Spectrum medium pellet for these guys. They're doing good. They love the seaweed because they're algae grazers in the wild. So I got a bunch of air sponges in here just to add additional bacteria. Substrates coral and pebbles and sand and stuff. And Spectrum or marine pure squares, matrix, 2 mesh bags of that. And see, it's good. So this is the Marineland 75 gallon aquarium. Very pretty tank. Airstone, hybrid Rose Queen, hybrid. 2 maxi jets. I put them up high because this hybrid Rose Queen, they don't like lines, air lines. They'll attack them in a way. When I gravel back the aquarium, this is probably the most aggressive fish that I own. Queens are very aggressive, probably the reason why they're all alone. That's just my opinion, but yep. So this fish has been eating seaweed only, but before a month when Freddy was alive, I kept feeding krill, and that's all they ate. But she's starting to get used to coming to the surface, eating extra large pellets. Got the matrix. I put Freddy's extra sponge filters in here just to add additional bacteria. But symmetric rings, 50 pounds for the whole, between 8 tanks, so 50 pounds of that. Not too much agitation, but good aeration and filtration is always good. Gotta clean this padding here and the water level will go back down. It's not leaking or anything, it's just close. But marine pure spheres and Aqua Clear 110 with marine pure spheres and mechanical pad at the end, at the bottom. But I always like mean fish because when the water quality is good, it makes happy fish, I guess. But if I put my hand in there, she'll definitely go after me, regardless of what I do. I don't know if I said, but I did 50 gallons in the 75s and the 55s, and the 220 talls I did 15 gallons per 20 tall. So Simba, the large orange red devil's doing good. He dug a lot in a month and a half's time. I'll get the light on it, but the filter. I salvaged it from Freddy's tank. He only had 1 filter on his tank, but Simba's doing good. I haven't pet him in a while. Come here, Simba. Can we get on camera? It's okay, buddy. Come here. He went after me a little bit, not a lot. Come here, Simba. That's okay. Okay, never mind. Because the phosphate and nitrate were high from the seaweed, but did a big water change, gravel vac. It is a pain in the butt to get in here with the gravel vac, and I just use a Ked Sun and pump the water from the bucket into the tank. Seems to work well with the bottom tanks. But alright, so this is how all my AquaClear 110s are set up. I have the Marine Pure spheres. At the bottom we have the pad that catches all the detritus, all the polishing power. And then I'll note that at the bottom here, what comes with the AquaClear, I leave that in to give it a little structure for the weight of the filter. Marine Pure balls don't weigh that much, but the Symmetric rings definitely weigh a whole buttload more. I just have two maxi jets with two air stones hooked up to them. So air pump hooked up to the original, what it comes with, black tube. And then I put the air stone in the tube and hook it right there, and it does a real good job of aerating. Then sponge filters, he's got 3 mesh bags of matrix, got some Marine Pure squares and a whole bunch of substrate that he could dig in. 4 air pumps, 4 air pumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. And he's got a Marineland LED, nothing special. Love on you, bud. He loves to eat. That's Simba for you. But Simba was the same fish I bought Freddy from, the same pet shop. But Simba's stayed strong. He's always been one of my favorites. Very happy fish. And doesn't spook or get angry a lot of the times. And very mellow for a type of red devil I use. Alright guys, so that's the update on these 4 tanks. And hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.